DC Beats.
Look, I'm a trip, so I'll pay for the bag. Trips in the ceiling, coop me and taking.
Welcome back, YBTV. We have a very special episode today. We have Project Volta, who are going to be talking about their upcoming event, PV4. We also have some very special people who are going to be talking about the street culture from bikes, fashion, cars, football. Just stay tuned.
So today we're going to be talking to Rider Season, SMCG, Versus One, and UTS Car Society. So stay tuned. Yo, what's up, guys? So first up, we've got Sydney Motorcycle Community Group. I'm here with Michael and Julia. Lovely to meet you guys. So I guess my first question is, what kind of sparked your interest in creating SMCG?
Oh, I've been around the riding community for a little bit now. Been doing it for about 20 odd years, on and off. Used to ride with some big groups back in the day. Mm-hmm. I found that I think there was a gap that was sort of missing with some of the groups that I was riding with, and decided to run it with my own sort of ideas, and went from there.
So you saw like a pathway and you said, oh, no one's doing it this way, let me try and be the one to do it.
We all primarily do the same sort of thing. You know, we do our weekly rides or our, weekend events and so forth. Some do track riding and other things like that. So it was more that, like, building sort of a closer family type unit, for the ones that want to be involved and get closer, where we sort of see each other weekly, barbecue events and so forth. And which I enjoy that. So,
okay. Yeah, nice. What about yourself?
I joined SMCG, I think 3 years ago now. I think I've been riding for a lot less than Michael, but I think the difference was that it was people that were more concerned about me getting better as a rider, and they were worried about me learning new things. And I think what is, I think, the primary thing, like Michael said, is that sense of community, and everyone's always willing to help and answer questions, provide advice. If someone goes down, someone's always stopped to help them, pick them back up, get their bike back on the road.
Feel more supported in that group sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. And that was something I wasn't feeling as much in the other groups that I was riding in prior to becoming more involved with SMCG. And as I kind of reached that point in my riding where I'd kind of gotten off my L's, gotten into my P's, and was starting to want to stretch myself a little bit more, that's where I wanted to be around more experienced riders and people who wanted to see me grow and develop and were willing to share their knowledge.
Oh, cool.
I think that's where SMCG has really blossomed, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I want to do that for younger riders now that I know a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay, like be somebody that, those younger riders can sort of look to for support and stuff like that, like same as you did.
There's a lot of newer riders now, a lot of young riders that have just, like, they're coming out into the community. I don't think they know what to expect, and I think they're exploring different groups and, small little groups and bigger communities in the sense.
Trying to find themselves in the space. They find themselves,
They maybe start off with the bigger groups, and then they start opting to do the smaller little things. And, as we know, that social media has sort of exploded and helped that sort of thing to get that message across. So people feel sort of comfortable to get out there and have a bit of fun. So I think it is changing the way it is from what it was like back in the old day. We didn't have social media. What it was like today was just, you rode with your mates and
you just know what you know sort of thing.
And now it's, it is a little bit different today.
How has social media helped build that community?
Look, there is some good in social media in the sense of, spreading out the word and the message, but I sort of see the other side to it. I think it can be toxic. I think it demonises individuals as well, whether they belong into specific groups. You get different sort of opinions in how people behave with certain people. So in one side it is good because it grows the community, but in the other sense it could sort of be damaging to some people as well. So we sort of see a balance of it.
What role do you think everyone has individually, as well as the different clubs, for being role models and mentors to the younger riders and stuff like that?
I don't think we can be role models. I think we create a platform, a stepping stone, as you will. to get people to come out. And most of them will join the larger groups at the start, and they find their way, they find who they belong with and so forth, because some of them are just grateful to be out there with people. Obviously they come from different backgrounds, and there are probably certain things that are going on in their lives where they're this is their way out, maybe exploring new people, new friends, whatever it is. So the bigger groups are there to sit there and give them that platform, but then they find their way. So I don't want us to be just that group that just wants to go for a ride. I want to try and expand it to track riding and other things like that to get more people out there and more experienced riders out there as well. So
interesting. Obviously, you guys are here because we're sort of all collaborating together for Project Volta 4. How did that come about?
Actually, it was one of our members, or one of our mods, actually. He brought it up, and at first I sort of had no idea what was going on, and I thought, well, that's sort of different to what we know and what we do. But I thought, if we are community based, I think it's good to spread our wings a little bit and bring it out. To join the sporting clubs and all the rest of it, because why not?
Obviously motorcycle riding, it is a motorsport, so it is still part of that family of sport. No, that's interesting. So
it's good to see, maybe there'll be, we've got members that are out there that are athletic, and maybe they want to give it a shot,
There's a lot of overlap in terms of car societies, motorsports,
Oh, for sure. And I think that it is interesting. I'm interested to see, what could come out of it as well.
It's going to be a crazy event, man.
I think it will, It'll be interesting to see, how people sort of take it and what they expect, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't know what's all about still.
Yeah, of course.
But it'd be interesting too if we could sort of spread out that message a little bit more and get more people involved in it. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Is there anything that you see in terms of this event that's a platform for you guys to grow your audience and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think we were chatting earlier and one of the guys was like, oh, do you guys put your leather jackets on and call yourselves a gang? That's definitely not what
there's a little bit of misconceptions in terms of that. Yeah, a little bit.
I think a lot of people have that idea in their head that you ride a bike and you're in a gang and tattoos and Sons of Anarchy type stuff. I think it's a really nice opportunity for us to show people what bike riding is about, the community that it brings and how fun it can be, but how it can bring people together. And I obviously don't know much about soccer, but I know that it unites people across the world.
It's a safer option than riding.
It's a safer option than riding,
I've broken my leg that many times.
Okay, maybe not.
Well, playing soccer.
Yeah, of course.
Wow, okay.
Vicious.
I haven't broken my leg on a bike, so there's that.
There you go.
But it unites people across the world, and I think that bikes do that too in a way, and especially now with social media, and we spoke about, I guess, some of the more toxic sides of social media, but social media brings us together and we see riders and we follow riders from the UK and USA and
it's like
Australia.
Two sides of the same coin sort of.
Yeah, so I think the experiences might be really similar even though they're different sports or they're different communities. So it's really, I'm curious to see how it comes together and how the soccer community embraces the motorsport part of it as well.
There's a lot of overlap in terms of the community building, like you said, having not a clubhouse, but getting together, doing your barbecues and stuff like
100%.
that. Same thing for football. It's I guess everything that you do off the field is just important for building, because you guys ride in teams or ride in formations and things like that, or you're obviously out on the road in big numbers. It's dangerous. You have to build the trust between each other. It's the same thing for boys on the field. So no, it's quite interesting.
It is like that. I think you do sort of find those sort of people that you like riding with, and I think that's what it's all about, I suppose, that there's more people that I might enjoy riding with, compared to the stigma of a big, large group riding, and it can be dangerous, and obviously, but if everyone sort of does the right thing, it's just it doesn't
fun.
Have to be. It can be fun. And people do enjoy and they do love it. They go home, and if everyone gets home safe, it's let's do another one. Can't wait to do it again, and all the rest of it. And then it'll be like, hey, what are you guys doing tonight? Come over, we'll have a barbecue, whatever it is, and we'll have a laugh, and we'll discuss, whatever we saw on the day, and go from there. So, yeah, look, it brings me joy. I've been doing this for a while now, and it's something that I do love, and I'm passionate about it. But there's also that bad side as well. You see the other side too. the younger guys, and you have to keep this sort of this image up where people sort of, they're always looking up to you, but you just want to do your own thing. So it's hard sometimes to maintain that.
Yeah.
It can be exhausting,
Of course.
but as the group grows and it evolves, I'd love to spread it out and do other things. It doesn't have to be, just riding. You could just do something completely different.
Do you have any ideas in terms of things, that you want to do upcoming, things like that?
Look, majority of the things, the first thing I want to do is do more track. I do want to, I've been trying to get some sponsorship regarding obviously getting some smaller capacity bikes, 300s, 400s and so forth. Get them on track for younger riders to try it out, free of charge. Obviously, it is expensive to jump on track, but if we can sit there and remove some of that stuff that we see on the road and give these guys or women now an opportunity to jump on track without worrying, binning their bikes or, so forth, this is where we sort of come into that.
Like a safer, more controlled sports environment.
Well, 100%. You either, and majority of people that do track rides, they don't naturally always jump on the road either. Like it's usually one or the other.
Yeah,
so when you get a sort of passion for that, and that some people don't care to ride on the roads. You get some that do both and love both. But yeah, look, I prefer track personally, but again, it can be expensive. And, growing up, in your 20s or even less, to be honest, in your teens.
It's tough to have that loose income.
Yeah, you're spending $350 for a track day. You need, tyres. You need your safety gear. It becomes
Have you had
expensive.
any conversations with anything to do with government?
I've actually I have written a few letters to local MPs and all the rest of it, asking them to give us the
investment
if there's
and stuff.
an investment or an incentive to get younger riders out there. Also to change the way we do and we obtain our licenses. I think that is a big change that needs to happen.
And what do you
quickly.
mean by that?
Well, at the moment, you just do your 2-day course and you got your license.
Okay. So
and you're on the road.
Inexperience on the road straight away.
There's a lot. I think that's what we need to change. I think, I think in Queensland, you need to ride with a fully licensed rider.
Okay.
I think we need to do something different. If we can get them on track, get them, doing, extracurriculum sort of like schools like California Superbike School, they do some really good stuff out there. So it'd be good to get them involved maybe and, get younger riders out there to learn a little bit more before they jump on the road and face what we face every single day, and it's hazardous. There's been too many deaths this year. I think we've had, 27, 28 this year?
Wow.
Already. So it's scary to think, and it's not automatically just bikers' fault, but
yeah, of course,
the awareness is not there as well. And I think we need to bring it all out. I think
awareness.
By joining you guys and or having, that soccer team out there, I think would be good for us as well. Because
definitely, we've found that, the more that people come together, the more community is built, the more, we all have our voice and it comes together, a lot more people hear it than, shouting to like a small audience.
I hope so.
Come together
I hope it goes to a point where we get members saying, hey, we want to do this more. And, we're speaking off camera prior and we were saying that maybe we can do our own events, during the winter periods or whatever it is that many people don't ride as much, I suppose. But
just fill in those gaps for the people
100%. And do little tournaments or something, just to, just change it up a little bit. Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. We're really excited to have you guys come
thanks for
down
having us. Yeah,
on the weekend for Project Volta 4.
I'm excited for it.
Wish you guys all the best. Thanks for having a chat with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we've got Adrian and Han. Adrian is from UTS Car Society and Han is a bike influencer. Not just a bike influencer, also cars. So first we're going to start off with Adrian. So Adrian, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Adrian, obviously. I'm the president of the UTS Car Society. We're a university-led and run society that focuses on engagement, particularly with our university and as well as other universities, but also just the more wider and general community.
So give us a little bit more information about the Car Society, because I didn't really understand what you just said.
The Car Society, we hold different events. We'll do, your regular meets at Eastwood Car Park on a Friday night, but we'll also do more focused things like track days, wet pans, and all sorts of things.
I see.
We generally just want to hold events that can bring people together and show people what we like and what we're
about. The main purpose is to bring people together.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. And Han, just give a little bit. What about you?
I just like make content about bikes and cars, and yeah, I just one day I just like, I feel like there's a big disconnection in the car scene, especially with car groups. Everyone's always in their own circle, not really coming together.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just posted some random story or post to see if people agreed with that.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of positive feedback. So I was like, maybe I should like start something where it's like very inclusive for cars and bike people.
So you feel like there's a disparity in the culture, the car culture in Australia.
Yeah.
I see. So how important is it for you to like bring people together?
Personally, I was feeling kind of very sad or nostalgic thinking about maybe a few years back where the scene was more, I guess, innocent or like more wholesome.
Yeah.
Now it's more like, in my opinion, I think people have become more toxic, and social media it changes people and they treat other people differently. So I wanted to make something or like bring people together without like, who cares what you drive or like how many followers you have or whatever. Like, we're just coming together, just having fun, you know?
Yeah. I think for me, like, the reason why I'm asking this question is because I'm not really a car person or a motorbike person. And I just want to get like an idea about the Australian culture. Like, for me, my experience in Australia is that the culture in general is not there. In terms of bike, football, fashion, I feel like Australia has a tall poppy syndrome in the sense that when you talk about social media and cars, there's so much restrictions on us. You know, we can't really do anything, any event. Like, you would see other countries, how they do things in their country. And obviously in Australia, we don't really have that. Well, at least from my understanding. Like, I don't hear much about car events or car meetup. I got friends that do it, but like, it's not a big thing. So it's nice to see that there's people out there obviously hosting events, getting cars in community as one, you know. So with the UTS Society, with the students that come along, like, how important is it? I'm going to link this now to mental health. Sure. Or mental health, like, how do you guys support mental health or students?
I think it's pretty important on that aspect. You know, obviously, come exam time, everything's pretty stressful. Like, you're a university student, you're a young adult or whatever, and you're going through life. Exams are stressful, life is stressful. There's a lot of things that can build up. And having somewhere to go where you know people or you can meet new people, it's a really good thing. And we think that's extremely important, especially around those sort of times, because there's not much out there, unfortunately.
That's true.
We try and do the best that we can to hold regular events and just encourage everyone to come along.
No, I definitely experienced that. Like, with uni in general, like, a lot of students would go to uni, finish their class, go back home.
Yeah.
There's not like that socializing, like any, you know. So I think it's very important what you guys are doing. With Han, obviously, as well, like, just touching on mental health. Like, you hosted your first event was it last week?
I think it was like a month ago.
Sorry, a month ago. But like, how important was that event in like bringing everyone together? And if you can touch on mental health as well.
I would say, well, I had a lot of people saying, like, they wish they came, or they heard from other people, like, it was like one of the most like wholesome or like most enjoyable events they've had in a while. So I feel like it's kind of refreshing for someone, say, who's going through something, or it's like a reason to go out with your friends, you know? Like, sometimes it's hard to like organize or like catch up with friends, but like if you all have the same interests, we're like, let's just go meet here and like hang out, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's pretty good for mentally to just go out there and just.
So how was like the event? Like, how was the structure? Like, was it just the people just come with their cars and show off their cars?
Yeah, when I first started, I had a mate who said that he could bring like Red Bull DJ. And I was like, so I didn't even think too hard into it. I just like, everyone just come here at this time. It's from here to here. Just don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, you don't want the cops to come.
But it's funny because like literally after an hour and a half, the cops came and just shut it down.
That's what I'm talking about. But
Like we couldn't
like
do anything.
you can't do anything in
Yeah.
Australia without those people coming in, just shutting everything down. You know, like what's wrong with Kami? What's wrong with people coming together and just being together? You know. So like, what challenges do you face with this UTS Car Society?
We got a few unique challenges. Obviously, just speaking on what you said before,
Yeah.
the police presence is obviously a challenge because going to and from, you always run the risk of getting defects and everything. And
Yeah.
one can say, you know, just do the right thing and you won't have any dramas, you won't have anything to worry about. But unfortunately, it's not always that easy. You know, they can get you for pretty much anything. And then you got people coming to the meet. You know, we always try to encourage people to think first, be responsible, don't hoon around because like we're doing this as a service to the community. Like one person can ruin it for the whole, like everyone.
And it
you don't-
sucks.
You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And along with being a university-led society, obviously we have some restrictions that we have to go through to the university. So there's a lot of paperwork and whatnot, a lot of boring jargon. But there's
No, that's true. But like, there's too much restrictions in Australia in general. Just the culture, like,
Like yesterday, I literally was just riding.
yeah.
I had a cop just pull me over and he gave me 4 fines.
4 fines. 4 fines.
He gave me like, oh, this is legal, this is legal. It was like $2,000 of fines or something.
that's not completely
No way.
unfair.
Just like that. Were you on a bike or like?
He was on my bike. Like he already had someone pulled over.
Yeah.
He chucked the U-turn and he chased after me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you going fast? Were you speeding?
I was going fast, but like I don't think he was behind me. I don't think he was behind me. I think he just heard me going fast. And then I slowed down and then he eventually caught up to me.
I see. Now that sucks, bro. Damn, 2,000 fine. It's crazy. But yeah, is there anything that you guys would like to touch on?
I think what we're doing now with the Project Volta and just this whole event is really good, getting all the different communities together. I know personally, I have a team of execs that I work with that help us do events and stuff, and we're ecstatic about this. Like the chance to mix football and bikes and cars and everything. Like all of those communities are growing pretty exponentially, and to be able to bring them all together and potentially like introduce people to new things, that's really great.
No, that's amazing, bro. Like bringing that culture in. It's all about that culture.
Yeah.
Because we definitely lack that in this country. So it's nice like we can have you guys show up, you know, at the football event, and that can get other people to even raise awareness about the car society and the motorbike society, you know. But like, thanks for coming down. Really appreciate you both coming down.
Yo, welcome back. We're joined now by Rider Season. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how Rider Season started?
All right, I'm Christine and I founded Rider Season a couple of years ago, and it all started off with an idea that was I just wanted a balaclava that didn't leave marks on my face because I didn't want to clean my helmet cheek padding.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. Started making balaclavas, moved into armored hoodies and like a few more accessories now. So it kind of just started from wanting to solve a problem that I had.
I see. So how do you see motorbike culture influencing fashion in Australia?
I think that's really interesting because when I first started, this was about 5 years ago, I was a female rider. There wasn't a lot of female gear. There was some at that time, but...
It always, when it starts, it's like the most minimal thing, like
pink, butterflies, black.
Yeah.
Julia would know. Yeah, pink, butterflies, black. And I was like...
didn't suit you sort of thing.
No, like this is kind of my vibe. And I just wanted to find something that suited me, which is how it started. So I think to answer your question, since there has been a lot more people entering the scene, it's brought a lot more diversity in characters and people are different. Everyone dresses differently. Everyone has their own taste and style. So yeah, I think when we have a lot more diverse group of riders compared to say maybe, I don't know, I wasn't born there, but like all the Harley riders back in the day, like everyone's dressing differently. So it's really influenced, I guess, a lot more brands to start and expand the type of styles that they're able to deliver to customers. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I really.
I think it's
No,
cool.
for sure. Like fashion, bro. We love taking, you know,
Your
football
fashion
jerseys.
stuff, aren't you?
Of course, yeah. Like football jerseys. So like, you know, just like everything from like, yeah, motorcycles to football. Like it's cool. It's cool to see that that's like kind of leaking into the fashion now. Like obviously Chrome Hearts, like that's like
They're
a
really
big brand like from motorcycles. Am I right? I think they started from like motorcycle guys that like didn't really kind of had like a problem like yourself, but for men like back in the 80s or 90s, it was like they didn't enjoy like the
aesthetic that was given to them. Yeah.
pretty much like a very similar to your story.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's good.
Where do you see the future for rider season going?
So it started off as like I'm just going to do this thing, and it kind of snowballed and became a bigger thing. And I think the past few months have been really eye-opening. So I did my first series of events for rider season. I was very ambitious. I tried to do 3 in 3 different states in the span of 3 weeks.
Damn.
And
That's crazy.
I would have pulled it off if it didn't rain. But over the past 2 months, I've done 4 events, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne. And I think having those events, they were initially designed so people could try on their size.
Oh, okay.
Like
in person
that's literally it.
Yeah.
Just so people don't have to go through an exchange process. That reduces my admin. And when I started planning these events, I was like, it's a bit boring. Like, why do we not make it more fun? So
How do you what?
yeah.
Make it fun.
So I don't know if you've seen the last videos, but we had a guy at the last Sydney event like perform stunts. So he was doing
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
Crazy.
I was like, yeah, I don't really just want like music, photos. Like that's
You wanted to make it unique to the
Yeah.
motorcycle society sort of thing.
and also like I think it is a really nice break from what people are used to their day to day. Like you can see all this stuff online, but seeing it in person is different. And also, I didn't announce that was happening. I just said,
okay.
I kind of want this to happen, and let's see if the venue will approve. And I was like, hey guys, like promise no burnouts, no damage. We've got all the insurances. Like, can we do that? And they're like, yeah, okay, as long as like nothing's gonna get damaged. And yeah, so it was pretty cool. I think people were really surprised. And so after doing all those events, it just made me realize like how important it is to create those community events.
Yeah, definitely.
So a bit of background, I did start off doing events in the car scene a few years ago.
Yeah.
I've done some big shows and I really had a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that this would be a thing for rider season, but maybe that's the path going forward.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
What's the difference, I guess, in terms of like the car scene, the bike scene in Australia compared to like, say, for example, Japan or something like that, like the car meets and things like that?
I've never been to Japan. I'd like to go. So maybe if you ask me in 6 months, maybe I could give you the answer.
Yeah.
But I have been overseas in Asia and it's different. I think we are limited by like regulation here, whereas in Asian countries they're a bit more like modify your bike however you want and it can be shooting flames out this big and no one's really going to say anything. Yeah. So it's different. I think the best thing we have about here is people do want to try and meet other people when they can. And there just needs to be someone standing up to create that environment so people can meet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like a story we've heard like time and time again on this podcast. Like somebody comes, they've had an idea, they want to start something, and then the community floods to it because it's
Someone just has to do it.
Yeah, there's demand, there's just not supply sort of
be
thing.
the one to
put your neck out.
Yeah, willing to fall on your face if it doesn't go to plan.
But it's all these restrictions that we have that's really just drives.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
I think as long as you know the rules of the game that you're playing, you can make something really good happen. So
Ball knowledge. no, for sure. That was a bar.
no, but honestly, like there's rules everywhere as long as you know your limitations and how you can capitalize because really everything is a game, right? So how do I optimize this thing so I don't get in trouble, I don't get kicked out, I don't have the cops come. Like you can just call up the cops. Which is apparently a big problem, and just tell them that this is what you're trying to do.
Yeah, so you're saying almost like do the extra things to like almost like let everyone know what's happening so there's no surprises and things like that.
Pretty much. And also I think it's really important to set the tone from the beginning. So I guess like whoever the leader is or the group that's starting any event, if they're known to be rowdy, reckless, whatever, that's generally the thing that's going to follow. Yeah.
So do you have like a team that you work with to set up this event?
I have some very incredible friends that do so much for me. I can call them really late and say, hey, I have this really stupid idea. Do you want to come to Brisbane in 2 weeks with me to do this thing? I don't know if it's going to work out. And they're like, sure. Like, I'm very lucky and blessed to have that. And there are amazing people out there if you can find them, as long as you know, help them out as well. So
Of course.
I'm very lucky and very grateful for the support I have.
Nice.
So would you say like social media has played a big role in just getting your organization out?
Definitely. Like, if it wasn't for social media, I don't think everyone would know. Like, I do everything on Instagram. So I think I had someone come to one of the events and they said, you guys aren't on Facebook? I'm like, I don't even use Facebook.
Yeah. Who uses Facebook?
Yeah, I'm not even on Facebook. Why am I going to like advertise stuff on Facebook? And I know there's all these other avenues, but yeah, it's been so important. And I think because everyone has access to that platform, as long as you, I don't know, just send out a message, it gets shared. Like, I was surprised that one of my events got 350 shares and the account had like 3,000 followers at the time. Or
Wow.
like 4,000. Like, it was 3,000. It was pretty low. And I was like, wow. And people actually turned up. I did not expect 300 plus people to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying basically just like throw it out there and just let the universe kind of carry it. And, obviously do all the due diligence before that, but
I mean, you can only, just
That's so much.
if you think that it's going to go good, just run with that delusion until it happens and just pray that it works.
Yeah, nice. So obviously, you're here speaking to us. We're obviously a football like content. How did that come about that you wanted to be a part of the
So
Project
same
Volta
thing
stuff?
as SMCG.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got a lovely mutual friend who brought out the idea, and I kind of said, I don't know what you guys are like. I don't know what this is. I searched off the page. I'm like, I don't play soccer, but what I did like is the fact that you're trying to bring street culture and you bring sports together. So
Definitely.
I really liked that. I was like, you know what? That's a nice break from what people are normally used to. It could be really cool. So I was always down to support it.
Yeah.
And I've worked with Hans on a few things before. So
Yeah.
How important
Just growing the community.
yeah, like they seem like they like to do cool stuff. I want to do cool stuff. Let's all do cool stuff together.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
No.
We've got all these content creators out here, all these different organizations. How important is that, like, to bring the culture out?
In terms of
like, obviously you are a motorbike organizer. Just the same question Michael just asked, but like, just like in your perspective, how important is it? Like you got the motorbike fashion, SCG,
SMCG.
They got the community, so like in Australia, we don't have that,
Okay, I understand. Okay. I think
I don't think I can.
I think the question was, how important do you think it is to bring those different cultures to collaborate?
Yeah.
Do you want to ask it?
Yeah. How important? How important do you think collaboration is? Is it simple?
Do you want me to ask it?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't.
Oh, just simple. Just
But say like how important collaboration between culture. Between the cultures.
How important do you think collaboration between different cultures is in Australia?
I think having all the communities come together, I think it brings out something really powerful because you have people coming from all different parts of the world for one common interest. And have you ever gone to like a music festival and you just like don't know
The melting
anyone
pot
there?
of like, yeah.
It's like, dude, you're a plumber, I'm a teacher, I'm a nurse, I do like math stuff.
Yeah.
And you're all like coming to join the same thing.
Yeah, it just takes one thing to bring a lot of people together that, usually don't end up in the same room or something like that.
100%. And I think when you create environments like that, they're the ones that are memorable. And they're the ones that like you look back and you're like, I'm so proud I went to that thing. That was so cool. I learned something new, which is the biggest thing.
I agree.
And I think there's so much power in bringing in different minds and like values and personalities together, because if you hung around with everyone who's like the same, you never really grow.
100%. I was going to make that point. It's like very important to meet people that, are not always the same, like immediate in your community, because then that's how you get like new perspectives on life, new ideas. new
You
information.
might find a new hobby,
Yeah.
a new friend.
Exactly.
Like, I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Connection is important. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially because like Australia is such a melting pot, and like we've got so much going on, diversity, things like that, so many like niche interests. It's nice to see everyone coming together.
Dude, even just asking people about, you know, how did your parents get here? And you're like,
Yeah.
"Whoa,
Yeah. It's like the longest
I didn't
story.
know that was possible.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Definitely.
That's really cool. I
Yeah.
like asking that question.
Yeah, me too.
I'll ask it later.
Yeah. I think we'll all probably have a 45-minute story about that.
Yeah.
Nah, interesting. Really appreciate you coming through and having a
Thank
chat.
you.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. I'm
We'll see you on the
excited.
weekend.
We'll see you there.
Yeah.
Hope you're all coming. I don't know where the camera is this for.
Oh.
Right there.
See you there, see you there, see you there, see you there, see you there.
All right, guys, to wrap things up, we're here with the creators of PV4. I'm with Osama and Amar. All right, so this event that you guys are hosting is pretty big, man. Like, I can't wait for it, you know? What inspired you guys to start this one?
Yeah, so PV4, it's a one-of-a-kind event. It's very different to what you've seen pretty much anywhere in Australia. Like, I've done my research. I could not find something similar to it. So people that know Project Volta, of course, it's been one-day competition. So we've had a couple one-day competitions and they've all been very successful. And now we want to get back into street football and do street football reimagined, which is what brought up PV4. So the Project Volta team, we've traveled a lot. We've been to Europe mostly, and Europe is just football in Europe is different. The culture there is very different.
It's a religion now.
It's literally a religion, and it's also not just 11v11 football. Street football is very big. Like you just were on those electric scooters riding around. There's just small courts everywhere. And at 11 p.m., there's just people kicking a ball around, passing it, small goals in like a caged area. Like there is courts like that, under bridges, underpasses, all of that thing. And it's it was cool to see on the day. You're just riding around, you look left, you look right. People have talent, they have flair and all of that.
Yeah.
And we're like, damn, this is cool. I wish Australia had this because we play soccer and there's nothing like that in Australia. There's small goals, exactly how you see in Volta, like in FIFA. Exactly like that, bringing it back into the culture of Australia.
La Joga Bonita.
Exactly. So all those little things. And then there's also the ISFA World Cup, 3v3 Street World Cup held in Spain.
Oh, wow.
Which was pretty big. It was a pretty big competition. There was a team from Australia that actually, there was trials and everything. They got selected. It was a very good team.
Yeah.
Went to Spain and unfortunately they didn't win a single game. They were still very good players. They were absolute ballers. They smashed everyone out in the Australian trials.
Yeah.
But versing the best of the best internationally, they didn't win a single game. And that's just to show that there's no facilities. There's genuinely just no facilities of that 3v3 atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that's when we sat down together. We're like, we need to start PV. We need to make PV street football, and that's when PV4 came alive.
Wow.
And we obviously wanted to foster this community into, you know, bringing up these players who have the talent, who can make it and compete in Europe. But we also wanted to add our own, you know, Volta touch. You know, we always have big cash prizes, and this time we wanted to change how it works completely. So every time you win a game, you elevate your earnings. So you go up by first 3 wins, you win $20.
Yeah.
Next 3 wins, you win $30. The next 3 wins, you win $40. Your last game, after you've won 9 games, your last game, you can win $130. Altogether, if you win 10 games in a row, you win $400. And that's all in a span of 1 hour. So if you're good enough, bro, you can rack up a bunch of money on that.
I wish I was able to play, man. I'll cook you guys for that money, bro.
I'll cook you on
You
the
can do it. You can do it. Just jump in the cage.
Not with this one leg. I'm one-legged right now, bro.
I don't need 1 leg, bro.
I don't need 1 leg?
Bro, we're
Mate, it's
inclusive, bro.
3v3.
Women can play, men can play, wheelchair, whatever you want, bro. Anyone on the court.
Get
Pay the $50, you get on the court.
Right, 3 people jump in, 3v3. Winner stays on. Just win. Just jump in, win, score a goal, bang, you're set.
So how do you
Get
expect
paid
the
out.
day to look out? Like next week, what's the go with it?
So next week, it's a very big day. Obviously, the actual day of the event, the Saturday, we're expecting, it's one of a kind. So honestly, we don't know what to expect in terms of turnout and what's happening, but we're trying to bring people together, even people that don't play football.
Yeah.
It's Project Volta. We're trying to build a community
Yeah.
more than just people that's athletical, people that play football, people that are good at it. We're trying to make it very inclusive to everyone.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be only people that play football. We're also trying to get people to just come for the vibe.
Is there like a limit to how many people registered?
No, it's open. You can literally, there's no limit at all.
Oh,
so you
wow.
jump in, you can also buy on the day and get so you can go on the stand, $50 ticket for 3 people and jump in with your boys. It comes out to like $16 each, so very cheap. And you jump in with a group. it's open to like men, women, pretty much anyone. It's a very inclusive competition.
just
We're trying to get
winner stays
together. It's winner stays on. Winner stays on format. It's a crazy format. It's a very it's a lot of thinking that went into that format. It's one of the, I feel like it will keep the energy alive throughout the whole day. We'll have a commentator as well to ensure that everyone stays like engaged in the competition, especially the spectators. Like we're going away from just the athletes. Like I said earlier, it's the spectators of the competition. So we're trying to get the vibe. We're going to have a DJ on the day, non-stop mixers. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have dessert. We're going to have clothing vendors. We're going to have like other people. We're going to have, obviously, we're working with this Motorcycle and Car Societies to bring a massive turnout. And they also have their own merch. They have their own communities they're bringing. So we're trying to make it engaging to every single person there. Also, fun fact, having RC cars. So we're going to have like a little drifting circuit and just have RC cars drifting each other. Just to keep that spectator engagement going. That's a very cool, you can just 1v1 racing, like RC cars, drift around the track. And so it's just keeping that engagement alive. But that winner stays on format is one of a kind.
Wow. That sounds crazy. I can't lie. Like this event, like personally, this sounds absolutely amazing. It's like something that's never been done before in Australia.
Yeah, that's what we do, man.
Nice. Facts. That's genuinely...
Project Volta does, yeah?
Every time we come up with something, you hear the same thing. Like, we've never heard that before. Like, I don't want to go ahead or anything, but like, that's what we're targeting. We're targeting things that never been done before. And every single time, we're just going to keep elevating the level, you know?
So that's the future for Project Volta.
Project Volta just keep... Every time we see a gap in the market, we're taking it. That's what we're doing.
That's the right mindset to have. So like, the question now is, why mix bike, cars, DJs, fashion, you know?
Yes, that's a very good question. And that's something where everyone's asked us the same question. It's like, it's a bit like interesting. It's like sports. Like if people think of soccer and they think of stadiums and MV11, like they think big. All right. But we're trying to go back to the street. Street is the key word here. So obviously, when you think of street style or street thing, you would think soccer. So you think people running around on concrete, kicking a ball around. You also think motorbikes, like motorbikes riding around, people like with helmets and everything. You also think cars, exactly how you've seen in Fast and Furious, Need for Speed, all those big events. There's no street without cars. It does not, like you can't have a street competition and pretty much call it street football and add that street word without having cars. It just does not work. Like that whole street culture, you need cars, and it's like you need that. It's so important.
Are you sure you're just not a car addict?
I'm a car addict, but it's like if you don't have those cars circling the cage, looking into the cage, it will not add the same street football as we want it. Like we want to pave that way into street scene, and then of course, like it's no vibe is complete without a DJ.
Oh, for sure.
It's like.
You better play some piano. If he doesn't play good music, I'm fighting your DJ.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead, straight up. If he's not playing good music, he's getting fired on the spot. Going Spotify AI DJ. My mix is pretty good. Smash it out. But it's more so getting that DJ, bringing those all together and make it inclusive as well, like that vibe and that atmosphere, and then of course food. People aren't going to stay if there's no food.
And at face value, all these different things, you know, cars, football, music, they're all very different things, but fundamentally it's just forms of expression. And when you bring that together, it's like a big mash of chaos, and we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna make like a massive spark, I think, in the community. And I think the content and the media and the entertainment value for all of it is gonna be amazing. And the people involved as well, the ability to make money on the day as well. It's a no-brainer for me.
Money, recognition, I just think it's very important. Like, this is vital. Like, it's something that if it goes on for the future, people are going to be like willing to like just come down, looking forward to it, you know? So like, what does the long-term vision for Project Volta look like?
So Project Volta long-term vision, obviously, we've hinted at a Super League. If people, hopefully our followers and our fans saw that Super League, there is more information to come to that. Like, I'm not allowed to say much, otherwise I get fired by the other operations people. But it will be the biggest non-professional sports competition in Australian history. Not just football, in general.
So like, just one question, like, what's the span right now? Like 6 months, 1 year time?
It's in September. It's in the off season, MPL off season. I can say that it starts in the MPL off season. But it will be the biggest non-professional sports league ever.
Can
Like
you guys
in Australian history. Like I would like in the biggest non-professional event in Australian history.
I know this is confidential, but have you guys reached out to like...
Super League is a pause. Just wait. It will come out as soon as PV4 is finished. There will be more details, but just telling you, biggest non-professional competition.
I want you guys back here. When
we will be. When that comes out, we'll be explaining that because it's so cool. It's been in the works for ages and it is cool, but there will be a lot more information to that.
Wow.
But Project Volta's future in general, it's more so just, we've been to Melbourne.
Yeah.
So we're definitely planning Melbourne again. Melbourne was an amazing atmosphere.
Yeah.
So Melbourne is on the cards. And then of course, more nationally, we have a cage now. We want to move around. We want to bring football to different people, different areas, similar to PV4.
Yeah.
And you want to bring it around and move it to Australia. And then eventually, globally, is like international Project Volta competition is in the cards. You can't do international without having Australia on lock first, which is our plan. And that's every state. So keep an eye out there.
Step by step.
Yeah. But for PV4 as well, like similar to what we're talking about, it's more so we're trying to do controlled chaos.
I see.
For PV4, that's like our whole street and controlled chaos. So and that's the whole reason why we're working with bikes and cars and DJs and different people, different organizations, different influencers, because we want that chaos on the day.
Yeah.
Because street is not complete without chaos.
What other chaos are you going to bring on the day?
And that's what people want people to come and find out. Like how crazy it will be on the day. The chaos of the day is what is going to make it so cool and so exciting for me to be there. And I'm so excited for that day because of what we have planned and how it's going to be. Like if you're not there, you're definitely going to get FOMO. You're going to see the videos a couple of days after. You're going to be like, shit, I wish I was there. That was so cool. They did this, they did that. Like, I wish I was there. I wish I brought some boys. I wish I jumped on the cage. There'll be the commentator on lock, obviously. He's going to be there nonstop all that whole time, commentating on the game, on the atmosphere as well. There's also going to be bounties. We didn't touch up on that. If a team is on a hot streak and they like win 6 or 7 games, the commentator is going to announce bounties on them. Like, you beat this team, you get $200 cash straight away. Straight away. You beat that team, $200 cash.
Me and Michael are hopping on.
You can only win one game and you can get your entry fee back. Like that's how we've like innovated this system where it's like there's so many levels to it.
Yeah.
So many levels to it, and no one's ever done anything like this in Australia, let alone in football, outside of football, not even in cars. And that's why I think it's a perfect mashup of all these different expressions.
So if you lose one game, you're done for the day. You can't come back.
No, you can compete again.
Oh, you can come
back. You
back.
get another ticket and you come in. The only restriction we have is time. So we start the main event at 6 p.m. and
6:30.
6:30. Rock up at 6 anyway. But then we're going to have to close by 11. So the only restriction we have to sign you up is whether or not you're going to compete on time. And there's going to be a number of tickets, but I don't think we're going to have a problem with that.
Like, you got to get in quick. Obviously, the earlier you come, you can also get early bird tickets, which is what I would recommend to everyone, especially if you want to play. Like, there's good deals now on early bird, and that way you're guaranteed unlock. Because on the day, we are expecting a decent amount of people to like rebuy in, get more tickets, jump back in, sort of thing, get back into the cage. But once you're out, you can definitely get a ticket again and go back in the cage. And that's what we're expecting. We're expecting like the competitiveness to come out of people and just be like, shit, I lost the game. I have to get back in. Like, I have to prove my worth, get it on the ticket, jump back in. And we're encouraging that. If anything, we want people to get out and just jump back in straight away.
Would there be like a scoreboard of like how many, like if the team has been winning for so long? Like,
so if you win 10 in a row, which honestly, if you win 10 in a row, like, we're going to have a small trophy printed out for you. You're going to have a presentation. You're going to have a photo shoot. Like, it is not easy to win 10 in a row. Like, it's my personal challenge. You win 10 in a row, like $400. First 10 in a row, like, I don't know what you're getting, but you're going to get something big. So if you win that 10 in a row, you will get, there's $400 cash prize, but for sure, it is so difficult. You will get something else as well.
You love it.
But like,
all right,
it's not easy. It is not easy to get that 10 in a row. So if someone does get 10 in a row, there's also, there's a half an hour cooldown. Okay. That's the only restriction. So if they get 10 in a row, they have to jump on the cage and they can jump back in for half an hour later.
You talked about chaos. All right? I heard rumors that there will be a gorilla like running around. Is that true?
Damn.
That's just Ibu after his
Damn.
Look, I haven't heard that, but I did hear that Taronga Zoo, like, they had a loose gorilla.
Yeah.
Maybe he might rock up to the event.
Keep an eye. We might.
Maybe he versus 100 men inside the cage.
Oh yeah.
1v100. There will be 1v100. But yeah, there will be also street flair. Like we're gonna have some street style people.
Yeah.
Quote their name, but street style things as well. So we're gonna have like some showcase games, some other things going on. But to PV4, street culture, motorbike, cars, DJs, food trucks, dessert, all of that brought into one area pretty much around football.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, football is a sport, but motorsports is also a sport. And then it's all ties in back in the street scene. So which is why we just want to bring it all together. And we're not just trying to encourage people of soccer or athleticism to come past and have a go at the competition.
Yeah.
Also encouraging spectators to just come and take a look, or people that's interested in cars, people that's interested in bikes, people that just want haps or want something to do on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
They have to come to this event, and that's what Project Volta's goal is. Pretty much, we want to pave the way for something different, something it's never ever been done before.
Yeah.
Just pave that way.
I'm gonna say something. Sydney's dead, man. Like Sydney's actually dead.
It is.
You drive to each corner, there's nothing happening. And you guys got this event happening. Like I think it's sick, bro.
Yeah, Sydney needs it. Melbourne, we went Melbourne. It was like it wasn't a street. It wasn't
Melbourne's
a cage
also
competition.
dead.
But it wasn't as bad as Sydney.
Yeah.
Like Sydney is our first place. Like we were all born in Sydney. And I love Sydney. Like I love Sydney pretty much.
Yeah.
We went to Melbourne, and Melbourne has a way better vibe.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
It was a 5-on-5 comp as well, 1-day comp.
Yeah.
It was just people are just happier in general. I find that. It's the lifestyle is just better. And like I want Sydney to have that. I want Sydney people to come out and just like just enjoy like life, enjoy what they're doing, come to the day, sort of escape from everything else and just have a good night out with everyone else, with the community. And that's what Project Volta's goal is, and obviously bring that around Australia.
Next best thing is a car meet, but there's just not that thing at the car meet where it makes you stick around and like, socialize often. It's, you're looking at cars, it's fun, but then we decide to slap an extra layer onto it.
Yeah, there's more. He's got a point. There's more pubs and clubs than there is soccer stadiums or soccer courts to play. If you want to play soccer at night, there's genuinely no place that doesn't have a fee. Or like, no good place that doesn't have a fee. Literally, light turns off at like 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. It's wet. There's not fenced off. There's no nets on the goals. It's just like, there's nothing there. Like, it doesn't encourage that behavior. And then, of course, like similar to the car meets and bike meets, it's there, but it's like, all right, you look at cars and it's like, okay, what now? Like literally, I'm in the car scene, or used to be a lot. And it's like, you go and it's like, what now? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, what now? And it's like, okay, cool. And then you're just like, yeah, should we just go eat? Should we just go eat? We just go eat and just leave. So we're trying to get that engagement as well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the over-policeness of Australia is crazy. Like they touched up on it, SMCG and Versus One touched up on the over-policeness and UTS Car Society as well. It's this event is council approved. It's an approved event. So we're hopefully not expecting any trouble.
11 o'clock, trying to get everybody out.
Yeah, but like it should be all right. Like you just turn lights off.
As long as I leave the car park, that's the main thing. But like, don't be a hooligan, man.
Yeah.
Nah,
don't ruin it for everyone else. If you're pulling up, I promise you, I'll snitch. I'll snitch. I swear to God.
I'll snitch.
Come around doing burnouts or anything, I'll send your plate number. I'll give him your VIN number. I'll
send it to the boys. That's it. Full stop.
I'll pop the tires.
You will not do that for legal reasons. If your tire pops the day after, it was not us.
Nah, but like, I really appreciate you guys hosting this event. Like, it's something that we actually need in this country.
No, I agree. You have to. I'm looking forward to making you guys have to come down. You have to get step into that cage as well.
I'm gonna get some guys pulling up, and we're gonna win that $200, $400.
I'll bring a wheelchair for you. Don't worry. Don't make that excuse. One leg.
One leg. Okay. I'm not risking.
He's just scared. He's just scared.
Scared of who?
You did my boy dirty last time.
Scared.
You did
I told him I was going to win. And I delivered.
He didn't.
I'll show you what a win looks like, bro.
I beat him. I beat him 5-2.
That's just numbers.
5-2 is the result, man.
He had the better performance, bro. His team had better XG, more shots on target, possession.
Definitely an Arsenal team, that's why.
You bribed the rest.
Hey, talking about teams, who do you go for? Move the mic. Who do you go for?
Just so everyone sees.
Hey, who does
Man
he go
City
for?
shirt.
Behind the crew, who does he go for?
You see right there?
That's who you go for, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're wearing Man City?
Listen.
Honestly, no. You cannot justify that.
Disgraceful.
There is no justification. You can.
There is a justification. I'm a footballer, right? I have football knowledge.
Well, I'm a football fan, not a United fan.
This is Kevin De Bruyne's last home game for Man City. As a footballer, I can say he's quality, and I can appreciate.
That's a retro shirt that you did not buy this year. You've had that for a while. I've seen you wearing that as well. You cannot.
Okay,
bring
you know
out
what?
KDB.
You know what?
He's making excuses.
That team, they put me through hell.
So you decide to wear a
Milan
City shirt.
Bro. Go wear
You're wearing the number one, right? They're literally in the same city.
That team put me through hell, but I still love it.
The stadium's like 15
Hey, go
minutes
with
apart.
like there's something about wearing Tottenham, Arsenal, like that's bad enough. Tottenham.
Don't start, hey, don't start something.
But
here.
you're wearing Manchester City,
Listen,
bro.
I rather wear this one than wear Arsenal. I rather wear this one than wear Arsenal.
Why?
Arsenal fans are the worst.
You're a City fan.
You're the worst
Wait,
fan
no,
I've
no,
seen.
No. Listen.
You have no justification.
Listen. No. Arsenal fans are the worst. Arsenal fans are the worst. Think about it. If Arsenal won a trophy right now, what do we talk about? Only that trophy they've won. Arsenal have never
Let
won.
them win a trophy. When
Listen,
Arsenal won a trophy?
at least City won a trophy, right?
Bro,
At least I can say City's done something. Arsenal,
fair enough.
You're a United.
onto nothing,
You're a
man.
United
You're
fan that's wearing a City jersey.
Man.
You can't be a United fan and wear a
On
City
that note,
jersey.
thank you guys for
Yes.
the YBTV. We had wonderful guests.
This is not a hoax. He got fired.
Shout out to SCMG, the Project Volta boys, the YBTV boys, Rider Season,
Field Invasion.
Field Invasion,
I forgot. Anyways, shout out
TFC.
Shout out to, okay, we'll call it a wrap. But
Turtleburgers.
shout out to SMCG. Shout out to Rider Season. And shout out to
UTS
No
Society.
Face. Shout out to No Face.
All right, okay, no. Okay, shout out to,
Hey, give the camera to me. The camera's on me.
No. Move it to me. I'll do a good rap. Shout out to Rider Season. Shout out to SMCG. Shout out to Versus One. Shout out to UTS Car Society. And of course, Project Volta. We will be there other day as well. Vendors, Turtle Burgers.
Michael, come
We have
in.
Turtle Burgers. We have Good Bar. We also have a Goes Limit store. So yeah.
Michael, just look
Be
to the
there.
camera. Who's the best Manchester United fan out here? Be honest.
Me, cuz.
My God, yeah.
I just hurry up and end this program. End it.
All right, guys, so that's a wrap. PV4. It's more than just a comp. It's going to be a huge cultural moment for Sydney and Australia-wide. So special thank you to our guests. And yeah, be there May 31st.
See you there.